Good day folks, Sean here from Air Photography. So the Insta360 X4 has been out for about 6 months now, a little over 6 months. I think it's actually closer to 7 months. And I like to make these long-term reviews to share my user experience after I've been using the product for quite some time. Now this is not going to be an overly technical review. If you're looking for more information about everything that's been new and some of the specs of the camera, I'll include the link to my original review down below in the description of this video. Now for me, one of the biggest upgrades of the Insta360 X4 and one that I was most excited about was the new high resolution capabilities. The Insta360 X4 can now capture in 8K while filming in 360 spherical mode and 4K 60 when using it in single lens mode. And for me, at the end of the day, that's what's most important. I want to capture nice, high-resolution, quality video. All the other bells and whistles and features are nice, but at the end of the day, for me, the quality of the video is what's most important. And the X4 definitely delivered. In the past with 360 cameras, quite often, you could tell they were filmed on a 360 camera. But with the X4 and its new high-resolution capabilities, the line between a traditional action camera and a 360 camera is getting a lot smaller. For a lot of people, a 360 camera like this may be the only action camera you need. Not only can you film in 360 mode and get some really unique perspectives, but you can film in single lens 4K mode and get all those traditional action shots as well. And this can be mounted like any traditional action camera. You can put it on chest mounts, handlebar mounts, and due to the spherical lenses, you can get some extremely wide field of view shots. In fact, it's probably one of the widest field of views you can get on any action camera. Just the way the lenses are and the way you can reframe it when editing, you can get some extremely wide shots, which is really important in some situations. Now for me, the X4 is really important just for the fact that I can capture some really unique perspectives, just perspectives that you cannot capture on any other type of action camera. When filming in 360 mode, you have the option to reframe. You have that invisible selfie stick, so it looks like the camera's floating out in front of you, which can give you some really unique shots. And then of course, when it comes to the reframing, you can move the camera around to any position because it is capturing in 360. Filming once allows you to capture multiple perspectives that you can then punch out later on as traditional flat video. So it's very versatile, especially if you're uploading to social media. You can get multiple angles from one shot. And on top of that, while editing, you're able to export your 360 video as a 16:9 or a 9:16, depending on what type of platform you're uploading to. And that's why for me this summer, I use my Insta360 X4 quite a bit while riding my dirt bike, my e-bikes. I love the different perspectives I could get. It's very versatile for all the different platforms I upload to. And on top of that, the Insta360 X4 supports gesture control and voice control, which can be really important in some scenarios, especially if you do have this mounted out in front of you, or perhaps it's on a selfie stick if you're going to be doing some skiing or different activities with a selfie stick. The camera quite often is out of reach, so you can just tell it to start recording, or you can use a gesture control. Just by putting the palm of your hand up, it's going to start recording, even if you're wearing gloves. And that can be very useful in some scenarios. Now, the Insta360 X4 is also a great camera for vlogging, just because of some of the tools that are built in. They have a mode called Me Mode, and with it, you can just put this on a selfie stick, put it out in front of you, hit record, and the software is going to keep you centered in frame no matter how you hold the camera. You don't have to worry about doing any reframing later on. The video file will be just ready to go in a usable video file that you can throw into any editor. Of course, one of the powerful tools of the Insta360 X4 is its reframing capabilities. Insta360 with their app has offered many different ways to do it, some very powerful tools to help you reframe it very easily. Whether you want to do more advanced reframing where you're in full control with keyframes, or you want to let the software do it all for you, they have a lot of tools built in that will automatically track any subject basically that you select within the frame and then export it as a video. Now I've made a full video on reframing a few months ago, basically the different types of reframing options. I'll also link that down in the description of this video as well. And when it comes to audio, the Insta360 X4 has actually really good audio just using the built-in microphones. One of the features that we got this year is an option to add little wind protectors to the microphones. And that way, if you're using the built-in microphones on a windy day, you're going to have good audio. And it works great when you're on an e-bike or something like that. It really helps cut back on the wind noise. But the X4 is fully capable of having Bluetooth mics connected to it, including the DJI Mic 2. So if you just want to do some vlogging with really good audio, you can just connect the Mic 2 directly to it. On top of that, if you do prefer to use a receiver, there are different adapters you can get that will hold the transmitters right within the stitch line so they become invisible in your shot. There's an adapter for using with the Rode Wireless Pro microphone system. There's also an adapter available if you prefer to use it with the DJI Mic 2. Now with the Insta360 X4, they increased the battery. They introduced a new higher capacity battery. With this new higher capacity battery, you're getting 67% longer record times than that of the X3. According to Insta360, you can get 135 minutes of record time with this new battery. Now, of course, that's going to depend on many different factors, the resolution, the mode you're filming in, but anytime we can get an increase in battery performance, it's always a welcome bonus. And for those power users who are filming a lot with their Insta360 X4, transfer speeds when it comes to transferring content over to mobile devices, or even if you're plugging it in directly to something like a laptop or a computer, the increase in speed is quite significant. It went from USB 2.0 to USB 3.0, so if you're having it hardwired to a device, you're going to get faster transfer speeds. Even if you're transferring it wirelessly over to something like a tablet or a mobile device, you can get 58% faster transfers. And again, that can be very important, especially if you're recording a lot with it and you have large files that you want to move over. Of course, one of the nice things about the X4 is you don't have to move the files over to a tablet or a phone if you want to do your editing. You can edit all the files directly off the camera over Wi-Fi. 360 cameras are a really important part of my creative process when I film for social media. They're just a lot of fun to use and you can get really creative and get some really unique perspectives. As mentioned, for some users, this is the only camera that you're going to need. It'll work as a 360 camera or traditional action camera with its single lens mode. For others, this could just be a nice complement to your existing kit if you already have a full-fledged action camera, if you're looking to introduce some unique perspectives to your workflow. So yeah, that is the Insta360 X4, just my thoughts on it after using it for the past 6 or 7 months. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and found it had value. Give it a thumbs up if you did, it's always greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.